Well, that was the intro to Wish You Were Here. Was very muted while I was playing it, but it's probably the best attempt that I've had all night. And I've been working on that for the last, 45 minutes to an hour. Probably keeping my sister awake in the room across the hall. But, I don't know, had to be done, I guess. I will make an attempt at the solo here, but it is a lot harder than that. The first solo. Oh my god. It's a lot harder here. Not sure how you do that. You slide. I guess you kind of like that. And you slide it on 4 and 5. I have the tab pulled up on my screen here. It's a guy called Guitar 02 Hero Express. It's pretty good. He plays all the parts. Anyways, what this video is actually about is the Iran situation, which did turn out that there was a ceasefire, thankfully. I believe it's for, 2 weeks? But overall, not a good look for the United States. It's just crazy that the world kind of plays chess with territory. Like, we can just threaten to blow someone off the face of the earth just because we want to control their oil and resource supply. And it's just another day of the same garbage over and over and over again. Like, there were those pictures going around of the school that got bombed, and you could see like a little girl's arm in the rubble and stuff like that, and it happens all the time. And it's sad because we really shouldn't be exposed to that level of grief and terror every day, but ignoring it it's what's led to where we are now, and why previous generations will say things like, we're not working hard enough, stuff like that, when in reality it's all just built up and built up and built up. And I feel like my generation, people like 20, 25, we're the first ones to be like, we don't want to continue just doing this cycle. And like I said in the last video, of just going to college and getting a job to work for the rest of your life just because it's kind of easy to do, for, just enough money. And a lot of people are going to school and they're getting in debt, and then they can't find a job in the career that they're looking for, and then they still just have that debt and they are forced to pay it off. some crappy job. No, I did not go to college. I graduated high school, and I moved to my grandparents, where I began working as a pizza delivery driver, and I worked fast food. So it was like at least 60 hours most weeks. The money was really good when I was delivering pizzas. I wish I could go back to that. And I loved it. That's where I got passion for driving, because I had spent my life, I didn't learn to drive until I was 18. I got my permit the last day the DMV was open in 2020, before COVID happened. I was 17, and then when I turned 18 in October, I moved out and I started working, and I learned how to drive. And then I learned how to work on my own car, and eventually I became a mechanic, but that work was just terrible. You go in at 7:30 in the morning, and then you work until 9 p.m. at night. You're supposed to get an hour break. There were some times where it wouldn't take the hour break, but I don't know. It's such a love-hate, and I live in the Rust Belt, so all that work is just way harder when you live in the Rust Belt and everything is rusted over. See videos online of 10-year-old cars down in the south with no rust at all, and you get PDIs that would come in. They would already have surface rust, and it'd be like almost comparable to cars in the south. Just another topic, actually, with how the state, I feel like they should be somewhat liable for that. I mean, you're forced to have a vehicle to be able to go to your job, and then you have to pay insurance and register your vehicle every 2 years. A lot of people have a car payment too. I fortunately have never had a car that needed any payments made. My first car was gifted to me. It was my great grandma's. She passed during COVID. My family bought it out and gave it to me. And the car that I have now, I paid like, I don't know, $1,000 for, maybe. Outback, I bought it so that I could learn stick off of another technician. He's helped me a lot with repairing that car. But I lost my job at the dealership. I messed up, went to somebody for help, and it just all backfired on me. I mean, I get it. I'm not really upset about that. That one definitely shocked and hurt me a lot more than losing my job recently at the fast food place. But this is like the first time in my life since I moved out and started working at 18, so coming up on 6 years, that I'm really not working a ton. Like just this past week. I've only got a few shifts at the bar I work at. Once the next schedule's out, hopefully I'll have more. And then I did say that there's potential I could become a server there, which would be awesome. But I've just spent these past 5.5 years of my life grinding and grinding and grinding, and it just hasn't paid off. Like even now, I live back at home. I do pay rent. I'm honestly not sure what it's going to be like at the end of this month financially. I do have some credit card debt, but I mean, I'll figure it out. But anyways, got a little sidetracked there. The point is, it's so absurd the different levels there are to this, to how there's these politicians and elitists and billionaires that can just inside trade, buy kids, do terrible things, get away with it, and then they just keep on getting elected, and then it's just fooling the masses. And it's just everything is meant to kind of push the people down, which is awful. I mean, the plan has kind of been to save up enough to buy a house. But then even if I bought a house, then I'd have a mortgage, and the mortgage would be over $1,000 a month, which is comparable to rent if you're not renting with another person, but it's still just ridiculous. Like, I mean, my parents bought a house maybe $50,000 in 2008. We were able to sell it for quite more than what they paid 10 years later. And I don't know if there will ever be a situation like that ever again, because of the housing market and companies buying houses and then it just making up them prices. And I just don't know if it'll ever be like that again, unless you want to go live somewhere awful. But I would absolutely love to have my own house and a garage where I can work on and buy cars. I just really don't want to destroy my body and become miserable to be able to get to that point. And I know I'm not alone on this. There's some other YouTubers about my age. Jet Franzen, he's been making videos. He's uploading multiple times a day. Watching his stuff has been pretty helpful for me, kind of trying to gain direction, traction with even where to start. Because honestly, right now, it's probably obvious that I can just freeball it. I feel like if I go in and maybe I'll start using Google Docs, but I'm just worried that I'm going to type things out on Google Docs, and then when I actually go to talk about it in the video, I won't know what to say. But fuck it, we will, I guess. Another one is Gerbert Johnson, and his stuff is a little ridiculous at times, but I mean, I get the humor of it. Another inspiration of mine for making YouTube is Moist Critical. And sorry, I'm going through my history right now. I'm showing my sister some Daniel Larson content, who's actually a victim of the system. And it's such a weird thing. Like, you laugh at him, and he has all these unhinged videos, but really, he never should have been put in a situation to even become what he is. Like, he should have had the help funded by the government on our taxes to live and be taken care of. All right? Like, he's gone to jail because he didn't have people supporting him in ways not to. Like, he can't work a job. I think he's schizophrenic and bipolar. And it's just, he's unhinged. Same with World of T-Shirts. I don't know. It's just a crazy time we live in. See ya.